And at some point, there's this kind of strange thing that happens as a graduate student. People start looking to you as the expert. It's like, oh, yeah, he's the one or she's the one who's working on that area. I'm going to go and ask that person, about it. Even faculty, even professors will come and say, oh, yeah, you've been working on this, right? What do you think about this? And that's an interesting idea. It's very different if you've been an undergraduate student and now all of a sudden you're considered the expert. Right? Very different feeling. And so be prepared for that idea, that feeling. So you really do have to become the expert. That means you have to read everything there is out there on that topic, and you have to keep up with what's going on. Certainly in my field of computer science, you have to keep up with what's going on because it's always changing. And develop your own perspective. Okay. So it's not enough to once again, in the sort of taking classes mindset, there's this idea that all you have to do is read the readings that are in the class and be able to answer every question on a test perfectly, and that's all you need to do. It's not enough. You have to have your own perspective on the topic. What do you agree with, and what do you disagree with? It's okay to disagree with other people. Okay? That's a strange thing that we're not necessarily accustomed to getting into before going into a graduate program. Are you ready to be proactive? What I mean by that is, are you ready to go and initiate communication? Not just be the passive person who takes tests, writes papers, but goes out, asks questions, disagrees, agrees with people, and really, truly communicates in a two-way manner. This is important when you're choosing your advisor. Jeff talked about this. It's important to knock on people's doors, right? You have take the initiative, make overtures to people who you'd like to do work with. Be proactive on choosing your topic. So even once you have an advisor, you need to have a conversation with that person. It can't just be robotically, what will you have me do, master? Right? That's not going to work. It needs to be a two-way communication. For it to be interesting to you. If it's not interesting to you, you're probably not going to do a very good job. This is really important. In choosing your committee, this is especially for PhD students, I suppose. In choosing your committee, I think it's really important to find people who have different perspectives from your advisor. Okay, I know for my committee, there was one man who was outside of the computer science department, and he was on someone else's committee, and I saw him at a dissertation defense, and he was asking these strange questions that no one was expecting, not the usual thing that you would hear. And after the dissertation, people were saying, I can't believe that person asking these ridiculous questions. It's so weird. And I thought, that's the person I'm going to have on my committee. And it was true because he asked really terrific questions that were outside of the established mindset of what everyone was asking. We had a very narrow view of the topic. He had a much broader view. He's an older gentleman, and he had much better perspective on history and so on. People like that can be very effective in giving you another perspective.